All right, we're going to watch Will's freestyle here. Will, while we're watching your freestyle, do make sure you're also checking out the notes that Lynette's got in the email. These are just different things that we see that we think you can be working better on. Other things that we see that you're doing really, really well. So we want to make sure that we're kind of paying attention to all these different tips that we want to see you working on. As we see you going through here, we definitely like how you've got good, strong arms all the way through. Probably work your legs a little bit better, making them a little bit stronger. Good streamline there. At least above water, it looks pretty good. Do think you can probably lock your elbows a little bit longer all the way through, but not bad. So let's kind of check this out. When you're looking at the notes, it's a good time to look at before practice, after practice, and sometimes even prior to a meet if you don't have time to really watch the video and see some of the things we're talking about. So as we begin, the first thing we kind of see right here, Will, is we like how when you start to come out of the water with that right arm, you can see that elbow starts to come up first, right? So that's really good, but your hand's a little wide out here to the side. Make sure that hand stays a little bit closer to your hip. You don't want it quite so wide. You want to make sure that you're finishing down by the bottom of your suit, closer to your body. As you start to recover across the water, you can see you have a nice high elbow, but your hand is out here to the side a little bit more. Try and get that hand down. One of the things we do a lot of zipper drill, a lot of fingertip drag drill. The reason is we want you to get into the feeling of high elbows all the way through. And while you have high elbows, you also want to have a little bit lower hands. And if you can see right here, as you enter, that wrist is still bent, so you're not really entering. You're entering more with like the front of your hand instead of fingertip entry. Make sure you grab with those fingertips, hands out front. On that left hand, you can see a little high, a little straight, so really no bend in your elbow there on that left side. So high elbows all the way through. Keep working at the zipper drill a lot, and think about how your hands are exiting and going through that recovery. As you enter on the left side here, you can see those fingertips are down, and that's perfect. So we like where your hand is entering as you go forward. Just make sure you don't get it quite so high. The other thing we're kind of seeing a little bit, Will, is that head. I want you to look at that head and how it's kind of popping up and down a little bit. Okay, you can see you go up and down, and then up and down. So one of the things you got to make sure you're doing is just rolling your shoulders a little bit better all the way through that freestyle. Sometimes we see the popping up and down because you're not really rolling through. So just make sure you roll those shoulders just a little bit better. As we get here, again, you can kind of see how bent that wrist is. Again, you have the good high elbow, but just get that wrist in line with your forearm just a little bit better. Once you start to enter the water, you can see on your right side that your palms, thumbs down and your palms facing out. You want to make sure those fingertips and those palms are facing down, not out to the side. Here we go again. You can see how high that hand is. Really more of a straight recovery. It's a great drill for backstroke, not a good drill for freestyle. But again, great job of entering fingertips all the way through. Kick looks decent. We do see a little bit of a crossover kick. By a crossover kick, what we mean is right here. And we're going to see it more underwater, but you can see that your legs are actually crossed. Okay, where you're kind of like kicking and then across, kicking and then across. Make sure those legs stay up and down, side to side, side by side the entire time. As you go into your turn here, good job of not breathing. Last 3 strokes on the wall. Really, if you go 2 strokes on the wall, we're going to be pretty happy. Nice job of getting your legs over. Hands are a little wide, okay? You got to make sure those hands don't press out to the side so much as keeping it in close to your body. When you come off that wall right here, that's a very nice streamline, Will. Nice long body position. That looks fantastic. Good dolphin kick, 2, 3. So that's about 4 dolphin kicks. But then we lifted that head up right there at the end where we're looking more forward. Okay, we came up right at the flags, which is fantastic. But do work on making sure that we keep that head down as you get into your stroke. There your head starts going down. Now on your breath, real quick. All right, so this is a perfect view. You can see that both goggles are out of the water. So your head's kind of laying up in that water. So you got a good body line here, but then your head is laying up. You want to try to lay that head down just a little bit. So if your head is laying flat down the water, you have one goggle underwater. So this goggle would be under, while this one would be up above the water. Okay, so make sure you lay that head down just a little bit better, so we're actually able to get a little bit better breath, so we're not lifting our heads up so much. We don't want to see both goggles. All right, what you do by doing that is you'll create a little air pocket right by your mouth, which will allow you to get a good breath all the way in, all the way out. Okay. And once you get your head in, you do a good job of getting that head back down in the right position. So excellent job there, Will. Keep it up, buddy.